Switzerland, representing EMEA, and the United Kingdom. The flag came out a little late.
Yeah, this zero over here,
right?
since I've got this one here.
And then the last one, but not the least, United States of America. I guess that we have 10 from US. Stand up, be proud. Great, yeah, thank you so much, guys. Yeah, I guess you guys worked really hard to be in this place here and competing to each other. And I will be just going through a few more things and then we'll get started, okay? So the game that you guys downloaded is 4.1, very similar to the last games that you guys already played. The only thing that I want to highlight here is this time there is no more like a score that will be displaying in the FortiGate. So it will get updated constantly. So once you get it done, it should get updated. So you don't need to go into FortiGate to click on it to get the score. And you can get the leaderboard app to be able to see the scores, as well as from the game client itself. So that's a big difference from the past game.
Okay. This is the battery and everything? Oh, you put, okay, thanks. David, what did you do to the computer?
Right, so I guess, yeah, a little bit of a problem with the presentation, sorry about that. Yeah, so the network topology, very similar to last time's topology. So this time we have the OT sites in the topology. And yeah, if they can slow down the music a little bit. So then, we have this topology with FortiDLP as well that is added into the picture. So we had SASE as the SaaS service before. Now we have the FortiDLP. And the OT sites, things that will be happening in the OT sites. And then you guys need to fix the problems that happens on the OT site.
I can't, no, I can't.
All right, so I will just move on, I guess, with the rest of the presentation. So there are three groups here that you will be targeting on, which is the FortiOS 8.0, FortiDLP, and OT outbreak. Those are the three main areas. In each one of them, there will be some subgroups that you will need to do. So you have to solve one group in order to be able to move on to the other one. Even though sometimes those objectives are not related to each other, you have to solve a group to be able to move on to the next one. So for the DLP, you will be doing some agent onboarding and then some SaaS applications policies. And OT, I imagine that that will be the one that you'll stay most of the time on it. It will be a little bit challenging. And yeah, so there will be a lot of tips that will be going through in the next slide. The 8.0 usually is straightforward. SASE, you guys already worked on, so you will have a tenant environment, and then you will be doing some onboarding. That means that you have to access a file.
Congratulations.
This is not an easy challenge. It truly earns the name of the ultimate fabric challenge. So with that, David, I'll turn it over to you.
All right, so
Congratulations on reaching this milestone. The end of your journey starts now.
And I would like to say congratulations to the regional UFC winners. They will be competing at the UFC finals in Las Vegas.
Welcome aboard the Fortinet Express to Las Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas.
Oh, what's going on? David?
Hi, Filippo.
There seems to be a problem.
Yes, the power grid is down. We need your help. Please come to this substation immediately.
Okay.
We'll be at the substation in a minute.
There they are.
Hi guys, let's get to work.
We're up to the challenge. Good luck. Where's my coffee?
Twelve, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay,
guys, good luck.
Okay,
And the battle is on.
good luck. And for those of you that this is your first Fabric Challenge, remember this has been something we've been conducting for a number of years now, and the people here are the winners. They've gone through the qualification rounds in their regionals. They've gone ahead and competed head-to-head with a large number of people, and now it's for the championship. So whether you think of it as the Final Four or the Olympics or any other type of competition, everybody sitting here, all 44 candidates, have earned the right to be part of the Ultimate Fabric Challenge of 2026. So with that, good luck to all the players. If you need any help, don't hesitate to raise your hand and someone will come over. But good luck, and we'll see you at the back end of 3 hours from now. Damn it.
When do you start doing interviews?
Not for 10 minutes.
You'll hear me now?
Yeah.
This works now?
Not you, but I was hearing other ones. Somebody ran a comm check. And
Okay. Right. This is channel 3, right? You said.
Can you check your teams?
Excuse me?
Can you please check your teams?
Okay. For what?
It seems like something is happening with your mic. So Alex is trying to convey something to you.
Nothing.
Okay, so okay, I need to come to the broadcast.
I'll be right here. I think I'm the first one.
Yes.
When do you need me?
In probably about 8 minutes or so.
Okay, so don't panic. I'm standing right here.
Okay, but
so
we're doing the interview over here.
So where do you want me now?
Should be on the other side.
Okay, so I wait for by
Yeah.
the cameraman.
Yeah.
Oh, by the camera lady.
Yes.
So you won't panic. I'll always be there for you.
Okay. Thank you. Jan. Okay. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with the fabric in the title of the Ultimate Fabric Challenge, 10 years ago, Fortinet introduced something called the Fortinet Security Fabric. And at that time, it consisted of about 15 to 20 different products, mostly network-related security products. Since that time, over these past 10 years, it has grown from that 15 to 20 products to where it is today, between 50 and 60 products. As the needs have grown, as the portfolio has grown, an entry into the security fabric is not automatic. It's something that has to be shown to add value to what's already there. And when we talk about the Ultimate Fabric Challenge, it's about using all of those solutions, looking at the different solution categories or the different pillars, whether it be secure networking, security operations, or unified SASE. And the Ultimate Fabric Challenge is to bring the power of those different solutions together to create something that's bigger than any one of the individual components. In other words, we want to make 1 + 1 = 3 through the security fabric.
Another temporary solution.
Okay, for which one? For this?
For this one, yeah. How many things you have to find your belt? You hearing at least? Okay, cool. I can tuck that back behind so it's out of the shot. Cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
Having a message looks like the people live on the broadcast.
Okay.
They can hear you even now, maybe when I'm talking to you. I guess it's hard to mute, unmute, so the best...
They're supposed to do it in the back.
So maybe just reduce...
Okay.
I need to start to introduce the players. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
And I will have you to face this camera.
Okay. Where are their cards going to be?
Pardon?
What do I use to introduce them from?
You need like their names.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you the list.
Okay.
All right, time to introduce some of our players throughout the course of the game. Going to have introduced in groups of 4 our 44 players. In position number 1, representing LATAM, we have Ricardo David Arroyo Sanchez. Seat number 2 is Casey Wessel from the US. Okay.
Is your password?
In seat number 2, we have Casey Wessel representing the USA. In position number 3, we have Elias Johansson representing EMEA. And in position number 4, also representing Asia Pac, we have Adrian Truffaut. In position number 5, Dominic Volman from EMEA. Position number 6, representing the USA, Daniel Brandt. In position number 7, Kai-Chen Wang from Asia Pacific. And in position 8, Andrew Vinton, also from Asia Pacific.
For the interview, where?
I mentioned before, talking about the security fabric, there are approximately 50 to 60 different products in there. But at its core, and what Fortinet was founded on 25 years ago, is FortiGate. FortiGate setting leadership in the market for firewalling as we pass through phases of UTM to next generation firewall. And from a single product, the portfolio has grown both in depth and width, so that from the smallest desktop to the largest data center and beyond, there is a model appropriate for that situation, for that customer's needs for both protection as well as price. This is at the center of everything we do and is why Fortinet is the leader in the firewall market today.
Fortinet, as an industry leader in online security, offers a broad portfolio of FortiGate next-generation firewalls, all delivering essential protection while meeting the changing needs of organizations at every stage of growth. Entry-level models include the FortiGate 30G, 50G, 70G, and 90G, providing small offices and enterprise branches with affordable security and peace of mind, with not only secure networking, but also essential advanced features available on all models, such as SSL deep inspection and zero-trust network access. For more challenging environments, such as factory floors, fleet vehicles, or even outdoors, there are the ruggedized appliances, such as the rugged 50G 5G, the rugged 70G 5G, and the rugged 70G 5G Dual. Growing networks benefit from mid-level devices, such as the FortiGate 200G. This rack-mounted appliance offers more processing power, higher port density, and scalability, supporting more users and heavier application loads. The 200G also features redundant power supplies and faster uplink ports for environments where downtime or bottlenecks carry higher operational risk. And then there are enterprise-level devices, such as the FortiGate 3800G, the foundation of Fortinet's secure AI data center solution. This powerful device has the industry's first integrated zero-trust network access enforcement and uses even faster and more powerful ASIC chips for hyperscale firewalls and ultra-low latency. From compact desktop appliances to hardened rugged devices and powerful rack-mounted systems, Fortinet's FortiGate lineup covers every deployment scenario, delivering consistent security across diverse environments.
A feature of last year's Ultimate Fabric Challenge was the opportunity to have some interviews with the key product managers focusing on the key solutions. With me now is Jack Chan. And Jack, I have a question for you, because you've introduced an acronym to me I've never heard of before, TDIR. What is it, and why do customers need it?
Thank you, Patrick. So TDIR stands for Threat Detection Incident Response. It consists of a few of the Fortinet technology, such as FortiSandbox, FortiDeceptor, FortiNDR, and FortiRecon.
So with all of that into it, would you consider that a platform or a solution?
Oh, it's definitely one of the security fabric highlights when the platforms actually detect the threats and we send it to FortiSOC or FortiAnalyzer.
Okay, let me throw another acronym at you. What's its USP, its unique selling proposition?
Okay, so we have a breakout on the later in the week for TDIR. Search it on your app and come to my breakout section and check it out.
Okay, so people who want a little bit more to know about this TDIR, they can come over to the booth in the SecOps Pavilion?
Correct.
All right, Jack, thank you very much.
Thank you, Patrick.
Player number 9, Matthew Watkinson from Canada. In position number 10, we have Fernando Anabel Reyes Mendez from Latin America. And representing the USA, Kevin Carroll. And player number 12, Jar Garcia from Latin America. In lucky number 13, Christian Graham from the USA. In position number 14, Rafael Dos Santos. In position 15, representing Asia Pacific, Brendan Shodol. Position number 16, also representing Asia Pacific, Wei Cho. as I mentioned earlier during the introduction, where we are today is the championship of the Fabric Challenge. To get here, each of the participants had to go through a regional qualification. So let's take a look at some of the regions, or I should say, let's look at all of the regions, beginning with Asia Pacific, and take a look at some of the action that happened there and the people who won that qualifying round and are representing the region here today. Continuing on with our interviews, I'm pleased to have Ben Wilson with me. Ben, thank you for being here today.
No problem, Patrick. Good to be here.
All right, got a question for you. While Fortinet was a pioneer in making the access layer of a network an extension of the network security, what is the state of the art of this convergence of networking and security?
Well, we continue to push the innovation of the convergence of networking and security together, delivering Wi-Fi 7, new form factors for FortiSwitch, and of course, driving that with artificial intelligence even into high-density stadium environments.
All right. I mean, switching and wireless, it's been around a while. We tend to take it for granted. It's there all the time. But in the foreseeable future, will the enhancements continue to be incremental or evolutionary, or will they be revolutionary?
Well, actually, I think there's room for all of that. We're continually pushing to make incremental changes, which improve the resilience and the reliability and the user experience, but also revolutionary things like Wi-Fi 8 are going to come along, which is going to really push the boundaries of performance, latency, and high availability. And that's really where I think we're going to see things moving forward as we push together networking and security.
Little bonus question for you, will wireless force wired connectivity out the door?
Well, I think we've already seen that from a user connectivity perspective. People don't wire to the desk anymore in buildings. Everything is expected to be wireless by default, but you're certainly not going to get away from wired connections in data centers and high capacity situations, but for user connectivity, absolutely.
All right, Ben, thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Great to see you.
Mentioned earlier about FortiGate and how the product line has expanded the way that it has done over the past 25 years, I should say. And that's great. Having the right product for the right customer is important to us. But it's more than just a box. And so putting attention into the design of the box, making sure that it fits the customer's requirements, and particularly in certain cases where it's a desktop, making sure that it's a presentable design as well. Fortinet takes this as a point of pride in being recognized in the industry for not only delivering performance, but for delivering an aesthetic that is well received by the public.
Last year, Fortinet received the 2024 Red Dot Product Design Award for the FortiGate Rugged 70G 5G Dual, making it the first industrial next-gen firewall to earn this prestigious recognition. This year, Fortinet has now been awarded the 2025 Red Dot Product Design Award for 2 new FortiGate Rugged models, the 50G 5G and the 70G 5G. These latest next-gen firewalls support 5G communication and deliver secure networking for operational technology and critical infrastructure sectors. The Red Dot Design Award is a prestigious international recognition that honors outstanding engineering, design, and functionality through a rigorous jury selection process. Over the past 24 years, Fortinet has led the industry with a wide range of security products that support customers across various sectors. We continue to invest in R&D to stay at the forefront of the cybersecurity market. The FortiGate Rugged series is designed to address broad customer use cases in the critical infrastructure sector, offering comprehensive functionality in a compact form factor. We're extremely pleased and honored to receive the Red Dot Award this year, and big congratulations to all of the engineering teams involved. Thank you very much.
Coming back to our players, in position number 17, we have Tom Unikin from EMEA. And in position number 18, just off to my left, we have Adam Kern. Number 19, again, off to my left, from EMEA, Kevin Gunay. Yay! And in seat number 20, Jorge Andres Neves Pinada from Latin America. Okay, let's enter the world of OT. Now, with me is Rod Locke. Now, Rod, I understand, well, what I should say, customers often rely on outside resources before making a purchase decision. And I understand there's a new Magic Quadrant relevant to what we're talking about. What do you expect to see in it?
Yeah, so this was released just this week. We're going to talk a lot more about it next week. But Gartner published a Magic Quadrant focused on OT and cyber physical asset visibility. And because our solution includes those capabilities, Fortinet was included in the analysis, and we're pleased to have improved our ranking into the Challenger Quadrant this year, thanks to a bunch of developments in especially asset visibility over the past year.
Okay. Now, one of the distinct aspects of the OT market is the need for specialized hardware in certain non-office environments. What are we doing? What is Fortinet doing to meet those requirements?
Yeah, so we saw a great example of this in the video we just played from Robert, talking about some of our latest ruggedized OT firewalls. We've got some newer switch models, rugged FortiSwitches. We've got rugged FortiAPs that we're going to show off at this event as well. So people can expect to see some new and upcoming hardware if they swing by the OT booth and see what we've got cooking.
All right, well, that comes into the next question. People may not be as familiar with Fortinet in the OT or the CPS space. What do you hope they'll take away from Accelerate after spending 3 or 4 days here, specifically about this market?
Yeah, so for the best thing we want to be able to show people in OT is that we can help them in multiple stages of their security journey in securing those environments. So things from segmentation, AI-enabled security operations, threat intelligence specific to OT. So we can kind of take them through a whole bunch of these different maturity levels and support them, including some of that ruggedized hardware.
All right, well, I do have to say you probably have the most colorful booth back there. So good luck. Have a good show.
Thank you, Patrick.
All right. Coming back to our players, in position number 21, we have Kevin Duchesne from Canada. Player number 22, Mayu Asaratnam from EMEA. Number 23, Rafael Macada da Silva from Latin America. Player number 24 from Asia Pacific, Alan Baker. Just to prove these things when they go live, there's all sorts of things that can happen. I have a little voice in my ear telling me number 24 is actually Sean Van Logan, but also from Asia Pacific. In seat number 25, we have Jel Silerts from EMEA. In seat number 26, USA, Brian Bicknell. Seat number 27, Benjamin Soto from LATAM. And finally, it's Alan Baker's turn in chair number 28. In seat number 29, we have Christian Arp from EMEA. In chair number 30 from LATAM, Rafael Murillo. Player number 31 from EMEA, David Smith. In seat number 32 from LATAM, Matias Menta. And seat number 33, representing EMEA, Sabin Senev. I'm here with Kunal Marwa, and I want to talk about endpoint. Because a big customer concern is all about the number of agents that they need to deploy to take advantage of different services. What is Fortinet doing to address some of those concerns?
As you know, Patrick, endpoints is one of the most attacked attack surface by targeted attackers. There's malwares, there's so many different malwares targeting endpoints, and there's so many different software vendors and software tools they use to protect this attack surface. Endpoint protection, TDIR, secure access, vulnerabilities, visibilities, data protection, and so on. So as part of Fortinet's solution, we have launched FortiEndpoint, which basically consolidates all different endpoint technologies into a single platform. So you get a single FortiEndpoint agent that you deploy, single management console, single license. It's simple to deploy and manage.
All right, that simplifies things a great deal, but I'm going to ask you the same question I'm trying to ask all the interviewees. Where does AI come into play into this?
AI is everywhere. So even on the endpoints, you have AI agents installed, you have MCP agents installed, you have web application like ChatGPT, which people are using for AI. So from our side also, we have various different technologies in FortiEndpoint where we can get deep visibility into who has which AI applications installed. Also look into the shadow IT for the applications on the AI side, plus also control which applications are allowed to be run and which ones should be blocked.
Okay, I mean, Fortinet is well known for FortiClient. I'm not sure everybody knows what FortiEndpoint is. Can they come to the booth in your pavilion to find out more?
That's right. So FortiEndpoint is powered by FortiClient. So yes, we have on Unified SASE, we have booths on FortiClient, we have a booth on FortiEndpoint. They can drop by any one of the booths and they can give you a very nice demo of how FortiEndpoint gets.
All right, Kunal, thank you very much.
Thanks, Patrick. Thank you.
Excuse me there for a second. One of the big things we hear about all the time is API protection, particularly in the context of AI. What are we doing to address those issues?
Yes, so AI has been really exploding in the last couple of years, been really providing us with great tools with Gen AI and everything, but it's not just us. The hackers has been using AI agents to find new zero-day attacks, to bypass existing controls. So we have within our application layer protection capabilities in our WAF solutions. We have machine learning, so we kind of fight AI with AI. So come down to the Tech Expo, to the FortiWeb, FortiAppSec to learn more about that.
Okay. Now, I'm going to ask a question now about FortiAppSec.
Yeah.
Okay. What are the key components in there, and particularly in today's environment?
Yeah, so I think some of the things that we've been investing in, it's a cloud WAP solution, so it's a platform that provides, it's a SaaS service that protects applications and APIs. We've been investing a lot in API security, not just API security, API discovery, identifying API endpoints, and providing discovery capabilities around that. So that's some of the things that we've been looking at lately.
Okay, now that is a SaaS service, is that correct?
That's a SaaS service for its web and API protection, performance, availability, yeah, for cloud and data center applications.
All right. I can imagine you're going to get a lot of people over in the booth because API security is such a big thing in certain verticals like finance. So they can make sure to find you to get the answers they are looking for.
I'll be over there. Yeah,
all right,
I'll be waiting for you. Thanks a lot.
Edad, thank you very much.
Thank you.
One of the areas that is most associated with Fortinet is this idea of convergence, bringing security and networking together in a single device. And there's nothing that exemplifies the spirit of that is when Fortinet entered into the SD-WAN market, more of a networking market, but brought our expertise and rich feature set built into FortiOS and transformed SD-WAN into secure SD-WAN. And over the past 10 years, Fortinet has consistently showed itself as a leader based on the different analyst reports in the marketplace.
The network of yesterday was simple, and simple to secure. But a digital-first approach to business and the demands of hybrid access means today's networks are constantly increasing in complexity with a rapidly expanding attack surface. As a result, inefficient network operations leave IT teams struggling to keep up, while smarter and more sophisticated threats are easily slipping in through the gaps. You need a secure network solution that can evolve with your ever-changing, complex, and risk-prone networks today, tomorrow, and beyond. That solution is Fortinet Secure SD-WAN. Built into FortiOS, Fortinet Secure SD-WAN enables a zero-trust architecture with a simplified and seamless convergence of on-prem and cloud-delivered security for all users. It accelerates deployment and simplifies network architecture by promoting the transition to SASE and SD branch, while ensuring reliable and secure connectivity in the shift to 5G wireless WAN, along with both hybrid and multi-cloud environments. It also enhances IT and user experience through advanced intelligence capabilities, like AIOps and digital experience monitoring, with automation for improving network operations efficiency. Today's networks may not be simple, but your secure network solution should be. Digital security, everywhere you need it. That's Fortinet.
let's get back to our players after that little diversion into SD-WAN. In position number 34, we have Felicio Santos from Asia Pacific. And we have Carlos Cardozo in number 35, representing Latin America. From the US of A, number 36, Jesse Homa. In position number 37, representing, LATAM, James Neto. In chair number 38, from Asia Pacific, we have a repeat offender, Ben Laharai. In chair number 39, from the USA, we have Jonathan Kraft, who is not the president of the New England Patriots. In seat number 40, representing Latin America, it's Alberto Mendoza. We talked about the qualifying round that took place in Asia Pacific. What about the one for EMEA? If my memory serves me correctly, it was held in Prague, very well attended, the experts event, which has been going on for a number of years now. And again, the people here who are representing EMEA are the people who qualified at that particular event. Let's take a look at the video to see what happened. For another interview, I'm honored to have a colleague here, Claudio Salmon. Now, Claudio, you are the man for SASE, is that correct?
I am, Patrick, thank you.
All right, so a question for you. One of the criticisms that's leveled against SASE is the need for an endpoint client, which really doesn't work in a lot of use cases. Is Fortinet doing something about this?
Yeah, absolutely. So I hear quite often for our customer that they want to secure access to their application for both employees using their own devices, but also for contractors. And as the most used tool to access this application is the browser, with FortiSASE we have the secure browser extension to allow users to access application in a secure way.
Okay, another thing that's coming up, particularly in the last 6 months or so, is this idea of sovereignty. Because of political situation, whatever the case may be. What is Fortinet doing to provide the sovereignty that customers are asking for?
Yes, so that's a very hot topic. So at Fortinet, the SASE service has different level of sovereignty, depending on the customer requirements. But what stands out from a FortiSASE point of view, it's a FortiSASE Outpost. So essentially, we give our customers the opportunity to deploy a FortiGate on-prem and being managed directly by FortiSASE. Essentially, it's a security post, a security POP, part of the FortiSASE global infrastructure. And this gives a key point for the data sovereignty. So the security is on-prem.
So you're basically, with this idea of Outpost, you're extending the SASE network to the customer.
Correct, exactly. So data is in full control of the customer.
All right, the key question, 2026, have to ask it, where does AI come into play with SASE?
Yeah, with FortiSASE, our key objective is to secure the access of the user to the Gen AI application. So we can control and provide visibility to the Gen AI and block or allow access to it depending on the user context.
All right, so if anybody wants more information about SASE, please see Claudio in the booth in the Unified SASE Pavilion. Thank you very much, Claudio.
Thank you.
counting down to the last 4 players in position 41, we have Andrew Reynolds from Asia Pacific. In chair number 42, representing the United States, we have Chris Jones. In position 43, from Canada, we have Xavier Ravenel. And last, but certainly not least, in position 44, Jonathan Bailey from the US of A. I've mentioned EMEA, talked about Asia-Pac. What about the US and their qualifying round, their expert session? In fact, the last chair that I announced qualified in that experts environment. So again, everyone who is here has proven themselves as a winner and now is facing the top of the top. And if we continue with this, we'll be done in a few minutes. We'll get to see who's actually out on top, no matter where they qualified around the world.
Champions, you have 15 minutes left.
All right, what a better way to close out this year's Ultimate Fabric Challenge with the last interview talking about AI. And Keith, you are Mr. AI as far as we're concerned. So, you know, there's a common phrase out there right now, AI for security, security for AI. What is Fortinet doing on both halves of that equation?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So throughout this year, so many Fortinet products doing quite so many brilliant features to their product. But the point is, in upcoming this year, we are trying to figuring out what is the gap between the customer understanding and our offering. So you may hear quite a lot of new solutions that we will be coming up to cater the real AI problem in the world, such as AI factory. So if you want some AI data center to build by your own, we will have a list of products available, and we also tell you what is the reference architecture, as well as how you're using them to tackle your real problem. So other than that, LLM security that you may hear, say for example, a new coming product like FortiGate, FortiWeb, ADC as well, to construct a new solution around this kind of problem. So this will help our customer how to release our product and apply to their company or organization right away.
Okay, in the same way that I asked Claudio about SASE and sovereignty,
yes.
Sovereignty is a massive issue right now with AI. What are we doing to deal with that?
Oh, that's a really good question again. So I would say that a workable demo worth than 1,000 words. So our booth on FortiAI over there, we will have a sovereign AI prototype over there. So you will see how we use FortiAnalyzer together with the, I would say, FortiAI appliance to do the FortiAI Assist feature totally in an isolated network. So you may ask the question on FortiAnalyzer, but none of a bit of data standing out to your network. So that is a kind of new prototype that we want to show you all. So.
All right, so you heard it. You want to know more about AI and what Fortinet's doing? Over the way in the Secure Networking Pavilion, look for Keith. Keith, thank you very much.
Champions, this is your last 5 minutes. Champions, this is your last...
We have to let them. It doesn't do anything. No, it's at 3 minutes. Okay, only 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Let's go. I am seeing 2 from BCI at the top 3. And it looks like Kevin just passed Jonathan. He's at the top. Okay, so far, all right, guys, only 30 seconds. Let's go, guys. Top 3 so far, John Kraft, Jonathan, and Kevin at the top. Let's see if the result will change in 20 seconds. So we have 15, 14, 13, 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hands off!
Hands up! Hands up! Whoa! Got the winner here! Kevin!
Well done. Yeah, Kevin made a last-minute push, jumped from second into first, and taking home the big prize. Now, David, are these the official results?
Sorry?
Are these the official results?
That's the official result. What you see on the screen, top 3, they are the winners. And we will have the awards and the big checks in the closing ceremony on Thursday. Congratulations, guys. Congratulations. Great work.
Jonathan, Kevin's being congratulated, beaten up by the crowd right now. It's like he won the Super Bowl and the World Cup all in one.
It goes out, yeah.
He's taking a victory lap. Now, you know what I see? I see a lot of people on the other side of the ropes watching. How many of those are going to take the challenge to be here next year?
How many? Quite many, I guess. So next year we will, this year, right? We'll still go through all the experts events.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll qualify and bring back, the 45 participants, coming back.
Exactly. And next year it's in Amsterdam.
Yeah, it will be in EMEA, so it will be an interesting year.
So Kevin's hugging people he doesn't know. He's just so overjoyed with everything.
Congratulations, guys.
But everybody, even though it's Kevin, Jonathan, and John came in 1, 2, and 3, everybody here is a winner.
John.